Auxiliaries and models. Auxiliaries or auxiliary verbs are verbs used in forming tenses, moods, and voices of other verbs. They are be, do, and have. Generally, these verbs are used to express the same attitudes and ideas as models. The verbs can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, and ought are called modal verbs or modals. They are in fact a special kind of auxiliary verbs. Modals are always used with other verbs. We use them to make requests, offers, or suggestions, or to express our wishes or intentions. We also use them when we want to be polite and tactful, or to indicate our feelings about what we are saying. Modals do not inflect. There is no s form in third person singular, and there are no ing or ed forms. Modals be, is, are, am, was, were, being. We can use be in the formation of continuous tense. He is singing a song. I was writing a letter. They are playing football. He was washing clothes. They were playing cricket. In the passive voice, the work was done. Before the infinite, for arrangement, plan or order. I am to go there tomorrow. Arrangement, agreement. The meeting is to take place today. Arrangement, agreement. They are to join the institute today. Plan. You are to go to meet him today. Order, command. Have. Have, has, had. Use auxiliary have in the formation of perfect tense. He has gone. They have gone. She had gone. You have been working. They have been working. With the infinitive to show obligation. I have to see him today. He has to complete the work himself. He had to inform his parents. He does not have to do it. Does he have to go? They did not have to do it. Did they have to do it? Do. Do, does, did. The auxiliary do is used to form the interrogative of the simple present and simple past tense. Does he go? Do they go? Did they go? To make negative of the simple present and simple past tense. He does not go. They do not go. They did not go. To avoid repetition of an already used verb. Do you like it? Yes, I do. Does she like it? Yes, she does. Did you liked it? Yes, I did. You liked it, don't you? I liked it. Didn't you? You liked it, didn't you? To emphasize a statement. He does look weak. In the imperative, to make a request or invitation more persuasive, do come to my house. Will, shall. The following are the general and simple rules. After I or we, you shall to indicate future time. We shall meet tomorrow, but use will to indicate determination, intention, a promise, and assurance, etc. I will help you out of this trouble. After the second and third person, singular and plural, you, he, she, it, they, John, the land, use will to indicate the future time. He will meet you tomorrow. But you shall to indicate determination, intention, a promise, and assurance, etc. They shall do it. You like it or not. But there are several complications in the following. These rules strictly, particularly as will and shall, have several other meanings and functions. They do not go well with the above rules. Moreover, we usually use the contraction apostrophe double L in informal usage both in spoken and written English, and in informal English we use many other expressions for both future time and determination, intention, and so on. Must, is going to, is determined to, presumably, etc. I'm going to meet you tomorrow. I'm determined to help you out of this. They must do it, you like it or not. Shall, will, should, would, and question. The choice between shall and will is all the more complicated since should and would also come into the picture as well. Which form can we use depends on the kind of question. Question seeking advice or information or making a suggestion. We may follow the following rules. You shall before I or we. Shall I go? Where shall I go? We, where shall we go? You should generally before he, she, it, you, they, the land, John, etc. Should he read another book? Questions making a request. Use will you or would you? Will you bring me that book? Would you pass me the pen? Questions seeking information about the future. If you're asking something that does not depend on the speaker or the subject of the sentence, use will. Will I win the match? What will we do? Will they believe us? However, if you're seeking for information about the future that depends at least partly on the speaker or the subject of the sentence, we can follow the following rules. You shall or I and we. You shall for I and we shall do the work. So we have to make a question. When shall we do the work? What shall I eat tomorrow? Use will for he, she, it, they, you, John, the land, etc. How will you do this? However, there are exceptions to the rules. Instead of saying, shall I do this, we can say, should I do this? Would or should. The general rule is that you should for I and we, and would for he, she, it, they, John, the land, etc. However, would is increasingly displacing should with I and we. Moreover, would, should, and would have many special uses that defy the rule. Accordingly, should can be used to express duty, necessity, or strong possibility. You should abide by the rules. He should have come by now. Anticipation or assumption. The match should end soon. He should be there by now. Condition or contingency. Should he so much as come here, so don't let him in. Surprise or indignation. Who should do this but you? Would can be used to express habitual action. When young, he would walk many miles. Stubbornness. I would marry this woman, whatever her age. Irony. In spite of being scolded, the child would appear to be doing it again. Conjecture about the past. It would have been Deepa crying last night. May and might. If you want to ask permission, the difference between may and might is one of tone. May I go? The use of might is either more tentative or more firm. Might I ask you something? Both may and might are used for referring to future possibilities. May suggest a serious possibility and might suggest a mild one. The way he is working hard, he may succeed. The day is not cloudy, still it might rain today. When referring to past possibilities, only might should be used after a main verb in the past. He told me last time that he might fail. When may have and might have are used to express past possibilities, may have suggests that this possibility is still alive, and might have suggests that the possibility no longer exists. A common error is to use may have instead of might have. He might have done better had he not fallen ill. Can or may. Both can and may are used for asking or giving permission. Can I go or may I go? However, sometimes there is some subtle distinction between these two verbs. Students of this school only can use this canteen. We cannot say students of the school only may use this canteen. May is used when you are giving permission yourself or when you are asking permission of a specific person. You may eat now. May I eat now? Read the following two sentences carefully. Can I eat here? May I eat here? Ask a question whether eating can be done in that place. Simply ask for permission to eat without denoting anything else. The modal verbs can, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, and ought to are distinct from other verbs in the following respects. Their third person singular present form has no s ending. They form questions by simply inverting the subject and verb. They take the infinitive without two semi-modals. The verbs there, used to, and need sometimes behave like ordinary verbs and sometimes like modal verbs. But when they are used as modals, they have some characteristics which other modals do not have. So they are called semi-modals there. In the following sentences, the verb dare behaves like an ordinary verb taking the infinitive to. He dares to criticize him. He does not dare to criticize him. But it behaves like a modal verb in the following sentences. He dare not criticize him. How dare you do that? Nobody dared attack him. Who would dare to talk to him? Who would, who would dare talk to him? We can say either he dares to tell him or he dare tell him, but not he dares tell him. Usually we do not use models with other models. However, we can use dare with will, would, and might. No one will dare touch me. You wouldn't dare go to that place. Need. The verb need behaves like a modal verb in questions and negatives. In the present tense, it is not inflected when used as a modal verb. You need not go there. Need you do that? Used to. Used to cannot be inflected and is not used with other modals. She used to visit this place. What did they used to eat? We used to express. We use used to express that something happened regularly or existed in the past, although it no longer happens or exists. Used to can be used without a following verb group when it is clear from the context what the subject matter is. They don't come here now as they used to. Used to is highly uncommon in negative structures. We form questions by putting did in front of the subject followed by used to. WH questions are formed by putting the WH word at the beginning followed by used to. Did you used to visit the place? Did you used to visit that place? Didn't they used to visit that place? What used to haunt you often? Ought to. Ought to is used to express moral obligation or desirability. We ought to respect our parents. We ought to help them. You ought to know better. Ought to is also used to express probability. Prices ought to come down soon. Must. We must say or use must to say we are sure that something is true. We use must to say we are sure that something is true. Must. You've been working since morning. You must be tired. As your exams are nearing in, you must be working hard. It's a good movie. You must like to see it. For the past, use must have. He must not seen at the show. He must have gone out of the city. The thief ran out of my house. He must have seen me. We must we use must to say that it is necessary to do something. You are getting late. You must go now. I must have a car to go to office. With must, we can express personal feelings. I must write to her now. You must do something for him. We use must only to talk about the present and future. We must leave now. Must you do it tomorrow? Mustn't. You mustn't eat anything now. It is necessary that you do not eat anything now. I mustn't be late to school.